It's great to have you all. Welcome to the Powertrain Open Pitch Day, November 2023. I'd just like to take a few minutes to say a few words regarding this event, our program, and our startup studio. Powertrain Ventures is an impact startup studio based out of Monterrey, Mexico, and looking to work with the top entrepreneurs in the early stages who are launching and growing their ventures. And we're very happy to work with them through our accelerator program. Over the past year, since we started the program, we've had 2 batches with which we have worked in launching technology, getting their product to the hands of customers, also launching go-to-market strategies, and helping them raise a round of funding. So our focus is to connect with the top founders out there and to become part of an extended team for them who can help them complement their skill set and look to test and validate the market with the hypothesis they have. That's their value proposition, right? So we're very happy to be today with our very first open pitch day. This is not our first pitch day per se, but it is the first one that we open up to founders who are outside with entrepreneurial networks across the globe. So today we're gonna be following and we have a couple of housekeeping items that I want to go over. One is each of the pitches will be limited to 4 minutes. Okay, so founders, please keep an eye on the clock. We will give you a heads start wrapping up. Okay, now today we have the opportunity to have, as part of a feedback panel, 2 very founders who will be working towards giving the founders pitching today with the best questions that are looking to understand their business model and help them in considering things that will make this business model better. Okay, so I would like to introduce our 2 panelists today. So we have Max Brown. Max, let me unmute you for a second. There you go.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Excited to be here to discover the great projects that everyone is cooking.
Thank you, Max. So Max is a venture builder at Fundes and is joining us from Mexico City. He has extensive experience in the impact venturing space, and has been a founder and a strategist and a consultant, and is now leading Fundes Catalyst. And so we welcome Max. And also in the panel, is Mario Romero. And so Mario is a venture capitalist and a restaurateur. He has experience in companies as Rappi, Oyo, and BCG. Welcome, Mario.
Thank you very much, Francisco. It's very nice to be here. Very excited to hear everyone pitch.
Great. It's great having both of you. And we will also be taking questions from the audience. Those questions must be submitted via chat, okay? So we will give a first round of questions to the panelists. And if there is additional time, we will bring in one or two of these questions. But please write them in the Zoom chat. Okay, we'll be looking out for those questions. And basically, that's it. So without further ado, I'm gonna hand over the mic to Marisa Vargas, who is head of technology at Powertrain Ventures, to introduce the first founders. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and we look forward to hearing out these pitches and your questions.
Thank you, Paco.
Thank you. We're going to have Real and their founder, Mehdi Alawi.
Hello, everyone. Yes, can you hear me?
Very well.
Great, great. So thank you very much. It's a pleasure today to introduce my company to you. I am very happy to be part of this initiative. So because time is tight, so I'm going to explain to you what is real. So the idea is based on, our company is based on two major problems that we identified into the commercial real estate market, the retail commercial real estate market, which is a niche, but it's a big niche. So we identified two major problems. The first one is that most of the retail centers in the world are facing major troubles. For example, in US, we have 30% of about 30% of shopping centers are going to close in 2025. You can share, okay. So yes, this is the first slide. So the first problem is that retail centers over the world are facing major problems. This is due to two main things. First, customers are having new behaviors and shopping centers are not addressing these new needs. This is the first problem. So there is a drop in traffic, there is a drop in revenues, and this is millions of we're talking millions of dollars. And the other problem is that the e-commerce is still making the physical retail suffering a lot. So instead of trying to understand the whole, we try to understand the whole problem, and we come up with the one solution, which is first. What we develop is square feet. So, okay, we have a problem here. So square feet. So square feet basically is handling one problem, and pop stores, which is combined with square feet, is handling the other problem. So let me explain. Square feet is the first software that covers all the transactional aspects for retail
We can
centers.
see your video, but we can't see any slides.
Okay. All right. So let me share my screen. Okay, I believe that you can see it now.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
thanks.
So let me go again very quickly. We identified major problems on retail property market. The first one is that people are leaving shopping centers everywhere in the world. And the second thing is that e-commerce is also creating major problems for the physical retail. So we come up with a solution. And this solution is combined in two products. First is Square Feet. Square Feet is a solution that
1 minute left.
Sorry?
So 1 minute left, Mehdi.
Okay. So Square Feet is streamlining the whole leasing process because this is the major problem. Today, we need over 120 days to close a deal, and it's too much to be able to catch trends and to deliver a retail experience. So we take care of it in Square Feet. This is the first software for retail landlords that streamline the whole process and speed it up by up to 20 times. And Pop Stores, which is a short-term rental marketplace, which enables for the first time the booking of short-term retail spaces owned by corporate landlords. And because they represent 70% of the whole market, we believe that our approach is able to enable this market apocalypse that we are witnessing now to have a solution to increase revenues and get back and create back a great retail experience with technological tools. So this is what some of the aspects of what we have done so far. And the market is worldwide. This exactly the same problems that you can find in Mexico, you can find it in USA, in Europe. And what we made so far is that we managed to build these two solutions, and they are now running. And we are going to expand in Europe, and we look also to expand in America.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course, if you have any questions, I'm here to develop.
Thank you. Thanks for that, great pitch. Over to the panel. Max, Mario, do you guys have any questions you wish to share?
Thank you. Thank you, Mehdi. Thank you for explaining the project. It seems very interesting. I did not see, when did you start operating, or when did you start operating your first projects?
Yes, we started this year, first quarter of this year in March, and we get our first clients in this first half of the year. So now we moved from MVP to first beta release, and it's running live now.
Okay. What's the average ticket?
The average ticket, let me go back here. We charge first to the back office. we charge on an onboarding fees with data integration and monthly subscription. And also for the marketplace, we have a commission because it's free for landlord owners, and we get a commission on every transaction.
Okay. And from what I understood, you have $100,000 in sales or euros, I don't know, in sales since you started selling, of which half are recurring. Okay. So on those 52K recurring revenue, how many clients does this represent?
This is one client.
Okay, this is only one client. Okay, thank you very much.
The thing
I have a lot
is
of
with
questions.
this, yeah, sorry.
Please continue. Please continue.
No, the thing with this market, it looks like a niche market because it's retail, commercial, real estate. But actually, it's a huge market, and the need of a software that solve these issues, transaction issues, and long timing processes is very important for them, and it's a core need. So they are ready to spend a lot of money.
And so I have a lot of questions, as I was telling you, Mehdi, but I want to let some time also to Mario. But how difficult is it to close those clients, and where would you find them concretely?
Well, the clients, there is a lot of types of clients. We focus on the easiest ones, who are the retail landlords, like they are owning shopping centers. And there are few in each country. For example, here in France, there are maybe 30. So they are very easy to reach. And because I don't remember what I had an idea, but I forgot. But basically, this is the way. There is few clients, very big budgets. Once we get inside the client's operations, we have a very long time value. And this is the core services that we offer with Square Feet. But with Popstars, we get into the transactional fees, and then it's exponential because there is like 20 marketplaces doing the same thing that Popstars do. But we are going to be the first one that are able to transact on corporate-owned properties, because it's a completely different process. Most of the marketplaces, all of them are just processing like individually owned retail spaces.
Thank you, Mendy.
Thank you very much, Mehdi.
Thank you very much.
Up, and we will provide any additional questions to you via email and connect you with any investors.
Thank you very much.
Next up is Hustle, presented by Max Velasco.
Okay, I'm going to share the screen, and okay, here it is. So, as Max said, I'm Max Velasco, co-founder of Hustle. What we are doing is detecting revenue at risk, and in the other hand, identifying revenue opportunities in real time with AI. So this is our manifesto, and it's very important for us because back in the day, I was a sales rep. I was hustling. I was on the selling to companies, and it was very hard for me to achieve quota, to hit OTE, and that's why I creating something like Hustle. What I wanted to achieve with a technology like this is to help companies achieve their revenue goals. And if Hustle can help companies achieve their revenue goals, people are going to increase their earnings, their income by commissions or base salary. Also, reps are going to reach management position faster, and the business are going to grow and create job opportunities, not only for sales, but for anyone. So this is very important for me. I want to make salespeople life easier and have a better lifestyle. So the team, very fast. I have like this 3 years experience in B2B tech sales, being early employee in several startups, and Jose from Argentina. He's been a founding team of a 500 LATAM company, and he's leading all the technology and all the software engineer part of the team. So we're only two on the team. The problem, what's the problem? Revenue teams are not reaching their goals. We have these 3 stakeholders, BDRs, that is the pre-sales, account executives, which is sales department, and customer success, that is on the post-sales department. So none of them are reaching their goals, and I also wants to help them to achieve their goals in order to get more income. So how this works? As I said, Hustle detect revenue at risk and identify revenue opportunities. We connect with the CRM of the company, and then the algorithm start working. And this algorithm detects if it's at risk or if it's an opportunity, and it tells you the reasons why. It tells you how bad or how severe is the problem or the opportunity. How this is only for prioritizing which has to be attended before other opportunities. So this is the alert, and then the alert create a case, and in the case, it's like a workspace when sales rep and manager
have 1 minute left.
Okay. So this is the case. You can collaborate. It's a workspace with the rep and the manager to take up an action plan and act before it's too late. Also a rep profile, just to have this visibility of the rep performance and help them with coaching and all of this. And we are attending all the revenue team, including management. The opportunity is very big because all the tech stack used for sales and revenue teams is from other countries. The CRM HubSpot is from not from LATAM. Also the lead enrichment, lead generation, all of them are from other countries. So this is a big opportunity, and we want to be pioneers on this movement and want to be the first players on sales enablement market.
Thank you, Max. Thank you.
Okay.
So let's hand it over to the panelists. Mario, would you like to start?
Sure. Thanks, Francisco. Max, I understand. Well, I don't really understand if you're fully focused. Your client is a company or is a person that actually works for a company? Because in your manifesto, you're talking about how growth of salespeople and increasing commissions. So I'm a little bit confused about exactly who you're targeting this product to.
Yeah, sorry. We are B2B, but the user is going to be the rep, and the value is going to be for the rep because it's going to give him visibility on which opportunity, client, account, lead he has to focus. So it's a company, and the user is the rep. Okay, so you connect your algorithm to whatever CRM these people have. Is it an open like API? Can you connect it to any CRM, or eventually can you connect it to any CRM, or just with HubSpot? HubSpot. Right now, we only integrate with HubSpot because it's like the target of companies you want to attend, SMBs, SMEs. Eventually, we're going to connect with Salesforce also with an integration, but it's more enterprise. And yeah, it's for now only HubSpot. And why that target? Why is that the target that you want to have, the users of HubSpot? So you in your TAM, you were specifying that it was just for like tech companies, right? Why that? Why those? Why not Cemex, Alpha, Vitro, Bimbo? Yes, for example. It could We focus on companies that also do B2B sales. We can help, but our focus is not helping massive brands like Bimbo and all the other ones you mentioned. So we focus only on B2B companies that do this kind of sell, and yeah, we focus on tech sales. And in LATAM, the most used CRM is HubSpot. Salesforce is more like for companies that have headquarters in United States or Europe that come to Mexico. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why.
Good. Do you have any sales right now?
With sales, we are finishing our MVP, but we have 2 design partners on the list. So these companies are going to be like the first users, and we have other 3 on the wait list. So we are on our first steps.
And
we are beginning.
And how are you going to generate a profit? Like, what's your business model for income?
Yeah, it's going to be SaaS and for seat. Each rep is going to cost X dollars.
Okay. And finally, I mean, I know this, you're not going to tell me specifically how, but like AI basically grabs data from somewhere, like ChatGPT from the internet, and then just converts it into something useful for a user. What's your algorithm like where are you getting the info? I mean, you don't have to answer specifically, but like value here in the cases that I've spent money, I've invested in other companies in AI, the value is in the database, right? Like the algorithm is just grabbing information from that big language system. Like, how do you do that? Like, how do I know if I'm letting money on the table, or like, how do you actually know where I am with a prospective customer of mine, if I'm your customer, right?
Last minute, Max, to answer this question.
Okay, so we are developing our AI from scratch, but like how it works is with decision trees, and with the other framework was random forest, I think is the name. So it's like conditional. So we have to put value on each of the CRM fields, and each one has a value, and like the summatory, I don't know how to say that in English, but the result, if it's positive, it's an opportunity. If it's 0, it's nothing, it's normal, and if it's negative, it's something at risk.
So last question, yes or no? You're actually grabbing the data from all of your clients or customers or the HubSpot, and without telling each one who they are, getting that data from there, like from everyone?
No, just for it's focused on every client, because we are starting. When we have like, I don't know, like 100 clients, we can use the data of the other clients to enrich the AI.
Awesome, thanks.
Maxime Brown, you can have time to squeeze in one last question, very short one.
Really short one. Yeah, putting myself in the shoes of the potential client, no, the prospects that you have, Max, I did not get really what kind of value, what kind of, I would say, of opportunities you're going to show me that my salespeople are not able to identify. What is basically the things that my team are going to miss, and because it doesn't look quite clear on the presentation.
Yeah, so how companies and reps in LATAM do this today? It's on instinct, it's on the gut. It's by feelings, not data-backed, sorry. And you can set some workflows on your CRM, like HubSpot, to do an alert that it could be like, if any business is in the same stage, like for the last 15 days, send me an alert. But you can't set like, if business is on the same stage 15 days and also is from Mexico, and also is has a value of 40K, and also you can right now you can set one alert for a specific use case. In Hustle, we give you a case with a lot of reasons, and a lot of, and some points so you can solve the case.
Thank you, Max.
easier.
So no, anything but just an advice, Max, make it clear, the use cases and the examples of key info that no one else can give me, that your software can give, because on the presentation, it's not clear. But good luck.
Sure.
Good luck with your
Great.
MVP
Thank you for the
and your
feedback.
impact.
Thank you, and thank Powertrain Space, and big shout out to Mac, who have given me a lot of advice in this path.
Thank you, Hustle, and thank you, Max. Next up, we have WeCare and their founder, Francisco Gonzalez.
Yeah, 1 second, please. Listo. Disculpen, mi inglés estoy ahora también en clases, entonces para sentirme más seguro lo haré en español. WeCare es una forma de diagnosticar, o la nueva forma de diagnosticar enfermedades mediante un triage con inteligencia artificial. No sé si les ha pasado que se sienten mal y van a Google y ponen sus síntomas y resulta que tienen cáncer o alguna enfermedad terminal. Bueno, al 88% de las personas les pasa y justo lo hacen antes de ir al médico. 26% de ellas terminan mucho más preocupadas y bueno, seguro también les ha pasado que han pasado largos tiempos de espera para que los atiendan en una sala de urgencias y después el proceso administrativo es súper complicado. Nosotros ofrecemos una solución con diagnósticos con inteligencia artificial, una conexión inteligente con médicos, un historial médico digital y con esto reducimos los tiempos de espera. ¿Qué es WeCare? WeCare es un asistente médico que conecta a pacientes con la atención médica necesaria, ya sea con un doctor o una sala de emergencias, mediante un diagnóstico por chat o por llamada. Lo que hacemos es simple. Nosotros sugerimos el tipo de atención médica que necesitan, buscamos el doctor o médico que los puede atender o la clínica. Nosotros también nos encargamos de todo el agendamiento y también de todos los trámites administrativos y de seguros. Nuestra competencia, bueno, viene desde Doctoraria hasta Clinical, iClinic y Alepo, en donde ellos también están haciendo cosas muy similares. Algunos tienen inteligencia artificial, otros no. Una ventaja que nosotros tenemos es que somos el único servicio que hace esto mediante chat o llamada con nosotros. No se tienen que registrar en ninguna página y también estamos trabajando en nuestra colección con Alexa, de tal forma que le puedas pedir a Alexa que te haga una cita con un médico. Nosotros hemos visto el valor del mercado y esperamos en 3 años apropiarnos del 1% del mercado, pero para nuestro primer año lo que buscamos es llegar a 12,000 pacientes y tener ingresos cercanos a $2.4 millones. Ahora mismo estamos en una ronda de $780,000 y el uso de los recursos se hará en el desarrollo de la tecnología, capital de trabajo, marketing y growth. Nuestro equipo, bueno, es multidisciplinario. Contamos con gente como yo que he tenido experiencia en el sector salud como Grupo
Francisco,
Ángeles.
te queda 1 minuto.
Anaí, que ha estado también en desarrollo de productos. Jaime Jiménez, que desarrolló Aspelcoy. Rodrigo Núñez, con experiencia en sector público. Y Daniel Dron como nuestro advisor en ventas y growth. Hemos tenido ya también algunos logros, como trabajar con 2 clínicas, haber ya atendido a 280 pacientes y una alianza con la aseguradora Mutus. También estamos en el proceso de aceleración con Empredatam, genial, Rockstar y un bootcamp con HubSpot Academy. Gracias. Any questions?
Gracias, Tocayo.
I don't know, Max, you understood anything of that? I don't know if you speak Spanish.
Sí. hablo español.
Ah, perfecto.
Pero puedes empezar si quieres y después continúo, Mario.
Va, perfecto. Buenísimo, Francisco. Oye, una preguntota. Esto está, tu cliente es el paciente, o sea, esto es un negocio B2C por completo, ¿correcto?
No, es un negocio B2B. En realidad nosotros el negocio lo hacemos con el hospital o la clínica y funcionamos de cara al hospital como un broker. Lo que hacemos es que por cada paciente que pasa por nuestro servicio y que llega con un médico o con un hospital o clínica, nosotros nos quedamos un fee sobre el ticket total, que va desde el 15% hasta el 35% de la atención total del paciente. Esto quiere decir que si fue una consulta, solamente ganamos por la consulta, pero si el paciente llegó a sala de urgencia, se complicó y llegó a una intervención quirúrgica, cobramos por todo el ticket.
Ok, va, perfecto. Entonces, tu cliente es el hospital y los pacientes son los que el hospital ya tiene. No le estás consiguiendo, no le estás ayudando a conseguir pacientes nuevos, digamos, de inicio.
De
Eh,
inicio, entonces,
sí, entonces, ¿te puedes ir rápido a lo que hace la plataforma del tema de schedule a call y todo eso? Ahí. Hoy en día, ¿cuál es el gasto? O sea, ¿qué gastos tiene de comisión un hospital o un centro médico para un paciente fuera de la comisión que a lo mejor le va a cobrar la tarjeta de crédito? Si es que pagan con tarjeta de crédito, vamos a olvidarnos un segundo del seguro. O sea, hoy en día no tienen muchas comisiones, ¿no? O sea, ¿cómo? La pregunta es, perdón, eso no era una pregunta. La pregunta es, ¿de dónde van a recuperar ellos el 15 al 35% de todo lo que ingresan a través de WeCare, ¿no? O sea, ¿cómo les va a ayudar? Porque en mi cabeza, si yo hoy en día cobro 100 pesos por una consulta y WeCare me quita 15 pesos de esos 100, entonces más vale que WeCare me traiga a 15 pacientes más, mínimo, ¿no?
exacto.
Cómo funciona eso para el centro? ¿Cómo vas a aumentar el profit del centro?
Aquí hay un tema súper importante. Primero, este tipo de forma de trabajar ya la vienen usando con los brokers. De hecho, los que crearon los brokers fueron los hospitales en realidad. Entonces, a esto ellos ya están acostumbrados. Adicional a esto, hay un punto de dolor que nosotros resolvemos para ellos. La mayoría de los hospitales y de los directores operativos de los hospitales tienen un punto de dolor. Los pacientes a los hospitales públicos entran y pagan un adelanto, por decirlo así, para poder ingresar, pero una vez que están adentro, hay veces que ya no tienen recursos para seguir pagando y el hospital, por ley aquí en México, no los puede echar afuera, los tienen que mantener ahí. Pueden no hacer que mejoren, pero los
Sí,
tienen que
claro,
mantener estables y eso tiene un costo bastante alto. Nosotros resolvemos eso dado que nosotros primero cobramos y después mandamos al paciente. Además de que administrativamente cuando un paciente llega por nosotros, ya no tienen que llenar las formas ni ir a la caja
Eso está
a
buenísimo.
pagar.
Eso está buenísimo. Espérame tantito. Y sorry, Max, que te estoy quitando un tiempo. Pero, listo. O sea, me acabas de decir que entonces de 100 pacientes que recibe el hospital, a lo mejor no le conviene recibir los 100, le conviene recibir nada
Así
más
es.
80 porque 20 pagan 10 pesos y luego tienen una cuenta de 1000 y no la pagan y no los pueden correr. Tú vas a filtrar
Exacto.
eso. O sea, literalmente esos 20 personas no van a llegar ahí porque tú ya los filtraste y cobraste por adelantado.
Exactamente.
Y esos 20, y afuera de Wicker, esos 20 güeyes, ¿a dónde se van?
Buscan alguna otra solución o buscan una opción más económica.
Dale,
Bien puede
listo.
ser acá en México los servicios públicos, ¿no?
Claro,
Ahí
listo.
estamos también trabajando, y quiero hacer una declaración, con una alianza con Aplazo, que es una fintech en México, en donde estamos buscando poder darle crédito a las personas para que ellas puedan solventar estos gastos no previstos. Y lo mejor es que nosotros no corremos con el riesgo, el que corre con el riesgo de la cobranza es nuestro
Plazo.
partner Aplazo. Así es.
Vale, gracias.
No, felicidades, Paco. Gracias, Mario, por las primeras preguntas, porque yo tampoco había entendido bien a quién se dirigía justamente el producto. Y también un tema metodológico para mí en la presentación es que tu problema inicial que estás presentando es un problema del usuario final, ¿no? Mientras el verdadero punto de dolor que estás resolviendo es el del hospital, ¿no? Del que te compra, y siento que podría ser más potente si lo enfocas en justamente lo que tú dices, ¿no? Personas que no tienen nada grave, que están sobrecargando tu servicio. Nosotros lo que hacemos básicamente estamos haciendo esto, es como enfocar más tu pitch, creo, en esta dirección te puede realmente ayudar, porque parece súper potente, ¿no? Lo que están haciendo. Esto no era
Gracias.
una
Un
pregunta, era más un
minuto,
comentario.
para
Sí,
el siguiente presentador.
y nada más, otra pregunta que tengo. Perdón, Paco, nos cruzamos. Entiendo que tu producto es mejor que el de los otros, ¿no? Yo no soy un experto en este sector, tengo que creer. Pero realmente, ¿qué es lo que te asegura que mañana nadie te va a copiar o que realmente tu producto es único? Esto no lo entendí que hay los smart codes, pero ¿eso es suficiente, crees, para protegerte o tienes muchas cosas más en la roadmap que te van a permitir protegerte? Cuéntame un poco.
Claro, en el roadmap estamos trabajando, de hecho, ahora mismo, en que esto también se amplíe a poder que tomes las fotos o que subas las imágenes de tus radiografías, de los estudios clínicos que te manden y poder obtener una interpretación de inmediato. Entonces, esto para los clientes va a ser algo súper importante, además de que, como les comentaba, estamos también trabajando con partners para que podamos ofrecer incluso créditos a las personas que no pueden hacer frente a este tipo de eventualidades. Una de las cosas que sí es importante es que hoy todo el mundo te pide un onboarding y al día de hoy nosotros no lo pedimos. Mediante todas las preguntas que vamos haciendo y todos los documentos que nos mandan para el ingreso del paciente al hospital, bueno, eso ayuda bastante. Y una cosa que nadie tiene es que nosotros ya hemos agendado pacientes de Doctoralia, de Juli y de otras plataformas sin tener que tener un API. Lo que hacemos es correr RPAs, procesos automatizados con los clics que ya sabemos que necesita cada plataforma. Y de esta forma también nos apalancamos de la base de clientes que tienen estas plataformas para mandarlos con sus propios médicos y también para mandar clientes o pacientes a los hospitales con los que ahora ya trabajamos.
Okay, thank you for Francisco. We will connect you with any additional questions.
Muchísimas gracias.
Suerte,
Gracias a
Francisco y equipo.
Next up is Vadi with Natalia Cueto.
Sorry.
Hi, everyone. Let me share my screen. So I'll introduce you first, Joanna. She is this great hairstylist. Her work with women has been great because she's also a teacher. So she is been growing her hair stylish place for the last 10 years, and she has helped thousands of women through her massive classes of reproducing these business models themselves. But of course, as many other micro businesses, her lending options are in Mexico very, very reduced, and that's a very big problem because SMEs in Mexico and micro businesses as such employ more than 50% of the population. On the other hand, we have this kind of investor, which I call the Hobler investor, which is a lectured person on some of the financial trends and the financial markets. It's a person that already knows about some kind of financial investment options and is probably thinking about cryptocurrencies and blockchain situations to do his investments. He would love to invest in SMEs such as Joanna's, because anyone has heard like, okay, that program is absolutely great. How can I invest in it as a private investor? But he hasn't found a place. So Buddy is this marketplace that matches the need of private capital investment with the possibility of this new kind of digital investments through platforms. So we have a program for the SMEs in which we take them through evaluation and 360 company for the tokenization of the project. We launched the technology using Polygon blockchain. And later, we connect directly the SME company to the tax authorities so that we can have monitor and reporting each trimester. And for the private investors, we offer them an accessible and secure platform where they can see the track of their investments and make any deposit or sale of these tokens. So as we see the number of SMEs that we believe we can reach is about 100 SMEs in the first 3 years of operation. And this because of the number of economic units we have in Mexico that are 5.5 million. And from the hodlers, we believe that the crypto community and alternative investment community is growing such that we can have 12 million people on our platform by the end of 2027.
Hi, Natalia, you have 1 minute left.
So currently, we have generated a lead funnel of more than 350 SMEs companies. We have profiled almost 100, pre-qualified 17, and closed deal with 3 of them. So currently, 3 companies are walking this body race process to mint and launch their token. So in our business model, as I told you, we mint and launch these tokens. We with the follow-up and the trimestral reporting. So this is what we call tokenization and maintenance fees, where we have approximately 20% of our revenue lines. The other is 10%, the belly raise program, but our main goal is to have at least 70% of our revenue stream from the transactional fees on our platform, which will also hold other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, Solana, and others. So in our funding team, we have 2 blockchain specialists, Arturo Cárdenas and Diego Cueto. Diego is also a sociologist with long years knowing digital communities. Simon Cruz and myself, we are ex-BMV, Bolsa Mexicana de Valores, Mexican Stock Exchange workers. We collaborated there, Simon for more than 15 years and myself more than 7 years, knowing on depth all what capital markets has to offer. And Adriana Arias, she's our strategist and investor relations specialist, who is very well versed in all the LATAM fintech ecosystem. We raised.
Thank you so much, Natalia. Your time's over. Someone has any questions?
Yo puedo empezar porque soy, I can start because we work a lot with MIPYMES in Mexico, so I'm very interested and curious about knowing more about your model. First of all, so talking about the MIPYME and the small, micro and small businesses, we know that they're very reluctant to using complex technology, and of course not everyone, but how did you start at acquiring those MIPYMEs? Which profile are you targeting first? What kind of, I'm very curious on what kind of MIPYME is ready for this kind of financing.
Well, the bold answer would be no SMEs is ready for this kind of technology, but some people are, and some of the leaders of these SMEs are, and typically are people that already know about crypto markets, are people that are curious about new ways of getting private capital. I mean, every SME needs money, but some of them go deep enough to find the crypto ecosystem as a choice for them. But of course, all of them want to have certainty. So that is what I would say, that wraps them all together. Curious people and they want certainty.
Okay, it's more about the profile of the entrepreneur than the sector or the type of micro business. Very clear. Another question, I've seen that you're screening quite, let's say, drastically your type of MIPYMEs of investment opportunities. What are the types of projects that you receive and you validate? What kind of investment is it for? Would it be used for? Sorry.
Okay, first, we started to get many Zebra type of companies that are aimed to launch services in their communities, but those are very less likely to have their accounting organized and to have the taxation requirements that you need to be a SAPI. Many of them are personas físicas con actividad empresarial. So we started narrowing down. We received also a lot of real estate situations or type of situations or opportunities. And then we started receiving a lot of lending companies that were already lending to this last break on the chain, last block on the chain, you know, the micro lending for micro businesses. They started to come, or different type of fintech wannabes that want to raise private capital for this purpose, for their purposes. So those are the main companies that we have analyzed, and the three we are already working with. They are all fintechs wannabes.
Okay. Yeah, it could be nice to know more about those projects. No, what is it used for, this money from the Mitime perspective? And last question, and then Mario, of course, if you want to jump in, but on the investor or holder side, of course, it's a very, I'm sure, risky investment. How risky is it? What kind of, I would say, benefits do you communicate? The benefit of investing locally, but what kind of, I would say, return on investment are you communicating?
Well, this is private capital investment, but in the form of utility tokens. So let's get clear what people is actually buying.
Hi.
These
We have
tokens,
1 more minute for questions.
So these tokens have 3 utilities. One, you can trade them on the platforms. And this, of course, can have trading benefits for the holders, or you can redeem them for products or services of the company that issued them, or eventually you can permit them or interchange them, swap them, if you will, for a stock of the company that issued them. This is the moment where the private capital market begins, and as we have all the open data coming through our APIs, we can provide a report. With that report, prices will be possible to be made.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Buddy and Natalia, for your presentation. Remember that we're going to post the open pitch recording in our social media. And if you want to reach to founders, you can connect with us. So next we have ChatGo and their founder, Christian Lers.
Thank you very much. Just let me share my screen. There we go. And okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So thank you very much. I'm Chris, and we are ChatGo. We turn interest into engagement. So business tend to lose customers by giving bad, late, or non response to their inquiries to the business. So most of the time they can lose a customer, but in other times they can lose not only customers, but future customers by having a bad reputation in this customer service experience. Right now, these companies try to solve these issues by hiring big teams in customer service, which are hard to manage because there's a lot of people and they're highly expensive. The other part they do is they hire some chatbots, which are pre-made conversations. And I know I'm not the only one that has had a bad experience with them because they are very unsatisfying to the customer. So what has changed in the world? Recently, the large language models came to our lives as daily apps like ChatGPT or Bard AI, which gave us a new way to interact with technology. And we use this to build our solution, which is ChatGo. It is our AI conversational chatbot that responds precisely and also captures and qualifies conversations to help improve business service. So we can see ChatGo as a 3-part product. The first part is the capture. As the customer service is resolved by a conversational way, we can interact and empathize with the customer in a different way, and we can add their information as a lead in a more natural or organic way. The second part is the qualifying. As conversations are developed in our chat, we can qualify these conversations to see which of these leads or conversations have more intendance to buy or become customers. And the follow-up is how we follow up these conversations to future conversations with the lead. How it works is very simple. We train our ChatGo AI with information of the business, and we install this chatbot on the main channels, which are website and WhatsApp. Our mission is to make this technology a commonplace for business, and the team behind it is we are two co-founders. One is Adan, which he's a master in data science and an expert in sales for Fortune 500 companies, and me, which I'm Kristen, and I'm a master in UX UI and also marketing experience in startups and international brands. Another part of the team is Freddy, with a huge background in developing technology solutions, and Dante, an LLM programmer. The AI market in Mexico is pretty big because, as we know, Mexico is one of the biggest markets in Latin America. And only in this year, they have already been investments in AI, mostly in logistics and fintech companies. What is our traction right now? We are on the 6th iteration of the product. We are finishing our Government of Zapopan Business Incubator. We have grown partners in Argentina and Mexico for customer acquirance, and we've raised our first angel investor with around $55,000 in investment. Our business model is quite simple. We have an installation price.
You have 1 more minute left.
Thank you, Tessie. We have an installation price, which is how we custom the bot for each client, and the monthly price, which is to maintain our service up. And we also have a custom tailor-made development, which is more like a software development, because there are large companies that need a very specific action or very specific connections for the chatbot in their own sites. And that's everything. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Christian. Questions?
I'll start very fast. Christian, thank you very much. You talk about businesses. Is this focused to someone specifically, to a specific industry, something, or just the entire world?
No worries, Marta. Thank you. Yeah, it is focused mostly on fintechs. I don't know how insurance. Sorry, I was going to say in Spanish. Insurance, fintechs, logistics, and software companies.
Why?
Most of the part because they need a large customer service, and their sales teams spend a lot of resources and time to connect with the customer, attend a lot of questions before they can know if he's interested or not. So the AI bot gives them like this part more quickly or automated, and because we have that experience with our clients, they are on these areas. Lo voy a decir un poco en español. We recognize that the chatbot may use for hotels and another type of clients, but right now we're focusing on these ones because of the type of customers they engage and the time they spend on the sales team with this type of customers.
Great. I didn't quite get it. Do you have customers right now? Are you running this, or is?
Yes, right now we have some customers on the freemium part, so we can have the first feedbacks from them. We are finalizing our first paid customers, and we are also finishing our first 2 custom tailor-made developments.
Great. And I saw that the prices, that like the way you make a profit is you have like an installation price or initial fee, and then you got a monthly subscription.
Yes.
I saw like numbers, I don't remember, maybe up to the cent, right? Like, are these fixed? Yeah, up to the cent actually. Why are these fixed? Do they move
Mario,
the volume or the amount of the client? I mean, why fixed?
No worry, Mario. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's because the prices are fixed in pesos, but as I was told it was in English, I fixed them to USD. So this is the exact number in USD, but in pesos it's more regular. It's 11,800 pesos on the installation, and on the monthly rate it's 3,200 pesos.
Got it. But I was not referring to that specifically. It's like, why is it fixed, or like why is it not tailor-made? Like, it's
yes, sure.
Fee for whoever wants this. It doesn't matter how much volume or transactions or conversations that client's gonna have with their own customers, or if you have one user, it's cheaper. Like,
yes, Mario. The quickly answer will be, we have a very specific software development for huge companies that have a lot of users or a lot of askers in the same moment, or they need a lot of data storage or data actions. And the SaaS model, or the easy common one, is for small businesses that have reached, we calculated more of over 3,000, 4,000
One more minute for
conversations monthly.
questions.
Okay.
It depends on the number of conversations or the number of actions the chatbot needs to do.
Great. Thanks. Max, I don't know if you have a question.
Okay, Mario, thank you. Gracias, Christian. I have a question. I'm not an expert on chatbots, but I've bought a lot of different CRM chatbots now. So how different is yours? I agree with Mario. The pricing is not clear up until how many users, how many interactions should I be in the SaaS model, and when do I start to be paying 10 times or 100 times more? That could be interesting to know the limit. And yeah, if you had to sum it up now, what sets you apart from other chatbots doing client relation or lead relation?
Thank you very much, Max, for the small feedback on that part. And what makes us different? We believe the chatbot, it's a market that has a lot of competition, but we identify ourselves as the qualification part, because we train the chatbots to become like a sales agent or a customer service agent. And with that conversation, we can guide the sales team in the qualifying part of the chatbot to know which resources and time should be spent on which lead. And we're building the follow part, so it's more optimized that, so companies can grow faster or grow more efficiently.
Okay. Maybe an idea now, a question I have,
Last
seeing the
question.
universe
Last
of
question.
chatbots. Oh, yeah, the last question, and I'm out. The universe of chatbots here existing and being born every day. Don't you believe focusing on one sector or one specific, let's say, type of client relation would help you differentiate and propose a product that's even more tailored? No, because at the moment I feel that it's very general in terms of companies, in terms of size also. So maybe at some point try to focus more.
Thank you, Max. We're sure trying to focus that more as we grow and as we move forward. And thank you very much, Mario, also for the feedback you gave us.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Nice job, Christian. Thank you for that. Next up will be Carl with Nearby Store.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. So, and you can see my screen as well?
Perfectly.
Great. So you see the logo on the Nearby Store and everything. So my name is Carl. I'm from Sweden and I'm representing company Nearby Store. I'm the CEO and founder, and Nearby Store are an online grocery store where we sell the food online and you can pick up the food near your home. So basically, grocery stores have been the same since the supermarket, the birth of the supermarket in the 1930s. Nothing has changed. We are still having large supermarkets with a lot of space for trolleys and the personnel. The coolers are just no doors and it's leaking cool air everywhere. The online grocery stores have tried to solve this problem with more efficient fulfillment, but they are doing a lot of focus on the home delivery, and last mile is very expensive. It takes a long time, and it's also not so flexible for the customer. The solution to this is a decentralized network with pickup locations. So Nearby Store has developed 3 different types of pickup locations. The first one is with lockers. So we have cooled lockers. We have also small stores with a part of the assortment. And then we have full assortment stores where you can pick up everything you need instantly 24/7. So the pickup lockers are great to reach a lot of customers very cheaply. So we can put these lockers in residential areas near suburbs where people live and where their homes are. And people can order and get their delivery of the food the same day within a couple of hours. Then we have the express stores. These are located in more populated areas, so closer to the city centers. Here you can pick up groceries from a smaller assortment, but you can pick them up instantly. So it's basically a convenience store that's automated. You, as the same as with the pickup lockers, you order everything through the online, then you pick it up. You can also get the full assortment from these stores. And then we have the third level, and this is full assortment grocery stores with pickup. We also have in this the possibility to have fresh foods, manual delicate counters, and everything that you expect from a larger supermarket.
Carl, you have one more minute.
Thank you. We have built all of the software ourselves. We have both built the backend and the sales platform. And the sales platform exists of a website, an application, and also order screens in the stores. The application consists of a lot of growth features, such as groups and social media features, where we have user-generated recipes and bags. We also have a membership model where customers can get bonuses and other gifts if they put in what they are spending in groceries before they spend it. So they're basically depositing their grocery spending at the start of the month. And this means that we have free capital to invest. We have built a test store in Sweden. It was very successful. We had a lot of recurring customers. And then we also had a second store that we had on the West Coast, and we had the revenue of approximately $70,000 in just 44 days, and 8,700 customers in this store.
Thank you so much, Carl. Now it's time for questions.
Yes, so
Carl, thank you. I'm going to try to start, and Mario will follow, I'm sure. So quite interesting, your model. You're based out of Sweden, or you're based here in the US or Mexico?
Yes, we are a Swedish company based in a Swedish city called Linköping.
Okay. So I have a lot of questions. The first one is, listening to your pitch, I see a huge CapEx and OpEx projection on your financial model. How are you going to manage that? What's the ideal scale you need to start to be profitable? It scares me, sure. But please help me get more cheap.
Yeah, so actually everyone is talking about that we need a lot of capital to compete against the big grocery chains. And with our model, with the level 1, the pickup lockers, we actually don't need more than $500,000 to be profitable. Because we only have OpEx. We don't have any CapEx in the beginning.
Okay. What about the catalog? Because I feel that a huge part of the risk of your model is the creation of a loyal client community. So how do you make sure that you have the right products and that you are managing to find the clients and to retain them?
Yes, so retention is a really good question, and that's what the membership is for. So we give the customers a lot of bonuses and reduced shipping costs and all of this if they become a member. It's free to become a member, and you get 5% more for every dollar that you put in. So for example, regular grocery shopping for a month per person is about $200 to $300. Then you put in $200 deposits into nearby store credits, and then you will have 5% in bonus, free shipping, and all of this stuff. And because of that, we shop the food at the early stage. We will shop the food in grocery stores, just like Instacart. We will shop that with a credit card, and then we have 60 days to pay them. And because the customers have put in deposits, then we will have 60 days total rent-free money. And because they put it in every month, we will have 2x the capital that the members have put in as deposits. So basically, we will have, for every customer that put in $100, we will have $200
One more minute
to
for
invest.
questions.
To invest without any interest.
Yeah, very clear the model on that side. Last question, really quick. How scalable out of this generation that's okay to do their groceries on the mobile in Sweden? How scalable is this? Can you think reach other generations in Sweden, and can you then go out of Sweden? Because isn't it too let's say close to Sweden identity and shopping behavior?
No, this is actually even better the larger the city. So in London or Tokyo or Paris or whatever, it would be a lot better, because the big selling point for our stores is that we can use less resources, less personnel, less space, and less energy. And the higher cost for this stuff, the better for our business model, because the competitors will have a lot of costs.
Okay, thank you, Carl, for your pitch about Nearby Store.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Insightive and their founder, Diego Rincon.
Hi, everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see the screen now?
Perfectly. Thank you.
Awesome. So, hi, everybody. I'm Diego. I am the CEO and co-founder of Insightive. I'm basically here to show you how we're building the future of performance management for customer service teams. So most call center teams run on boring and complicated performance reports that usually look like this, the classic Excel files that I'm pretty sure that we all have used at some point. Those are not only a little bit outdated, but they also are not the most efficient way to manage teams. That's why we created Insightive. Insightive is a full performance management system that is designed to be intuitive, insightful, and interactive for all the employees that actually interact with their performance on a daily basis. With our performance score, we allow all the employees to quickly understand where they are in their performance journey just by looking at a score that goes from 1 to 1,000. We allow them to document, categorize, and access their recurrent performance reviews whenever they want. And we gamify the full performance experience all within our app. So most operations teams keep using spreadsheets, as I mentioned before. And when we look into the existing performance management software, we will quickly realize that all of the software that is out there is targeting HR teams. HR teams are usually doing performance appraisals every 3, 6, or 12 months. I have even used some of this software before and quickly realized that this doesn't fit the needs of the teams that actually need to do performance management on a daily basis. Those are usually agents and leaders within customer service teams. They are stuck basically with spreadsheet solutions. Not only we wanted to use our experience, but we went out there and started talking to a lot of people that was working with either in-house customer service teams or outsourced customer service teams, like in some of the call centers that you see on the screen. And we realized that this problem exists in pretty much call centers of all sizes, from WebHelp, which I have worked with, IGT, which I have worked with as well. And the other two, we have talked to several people that is currently working in those BPOs and realized that they keep on using spreadsheets for their customer service team management solutions. But we want to make sure that we're not just looking at performance and numbers. I think there are multiple BI-like solutions that can give you nice dashboards. We want to make sure that we use that performance for engagement and rewards. So that's our next step. We're currently finishing the development of our performance MVP, and then the next steps are to tie that performance that we have in our tool with performance engagement for the employees and performance rewards. So our business model is really simple. We will charge our clients around $6 monthly per active users. Although being completely honest, we think that this number is going to change since we're very early stage, and we plan to run some pricing pilots and pricing experiments to make sure that we're not either charging too much or leaving too much money on the table. And the benefit for us, since we are focused on B2B and we're structured as a SaaS, is that each client can bring tens, hundreds, or thousands of users depending on their team size. That's why we're targeting businesses with dedicated customer service teams, whether it's in-house or outsourced. So we're not targeting the call center directly, we're targeting the clients of the call centers, which usually have a higher budget for spending in tools. And we add more value to them than to the call center itself.
You have 1 more minute.
Thank you. So we plan to have future add-on solutions that will aim to increase the lifetime value of each client. And as this system can easily be adapted to other industries in the future, we're just starting with the industry that we're experts at. So when it comes to the market itself, the call center industry is a huge market. It's expected to reach around $500 billion by 2030, and it's millions of customer service employees existing in different countries. When it comes to our team, Santiago and I are basically best friends. We met each other at our first job as customer service agents, and we have over 12 years of experience combined leading and being customer service teams for the different brands across the world.
Thank you
and
so
I think
much.
that's it when it comes to time, right?
Yes, yeah, your time's up. It's now time for questions.
Diego, gracias. I have a question. I don't know if I didn't understand it. Like, performance is delivered on spreadsheets today mostly, but how is performance measured? Like, I am an agent in a call center and I get a performance review. What or who inputs the data that gives me a score, or what or who will do that here inside it?
So that's a great question. So basically, it depends on the metrics that they want to measure, and it depends on the tools that they're using. Usually, each tool will give you a different metric, and it varies depending on the company. How it works right now is that, for example, you can calculate customer satisfaction by the amount of surveys that are positive that come from your CRM. Or you can calculate productivity based on the amount of calls that you're getting and the amount of hours that you're dedicating on those calls, right? So currently, employees have to go to a bunch of different sources to collect individual pieces of information. So what we do is centralize all that information and display it in one system, so you don't have to be scattering around. And we tie it with the priorities of the client itself. So we get specific weights to specific metrics, so that the priorities of the client itself are embedded in the performance score.
But the data is automated. Like, the system knows that I made 25 calls today, and or the system knows, like, it's not someone inputting like within Excel. Like, it's
exactly, it's being done by the tools already. So what we do is just connect to those tools so that we can get all the data. Okay, got it. I think I don't have a lot of questions. I don't know if Max, you have more questions.
See, Diego, thank you very much. Very clear. I like that you seem to know the problem, and I understood at the end, because you've been suffering this kind of stuff when you were working in companies doing that. So I like that you feel passionate about the problem. The product looks quite clear to me, as you explained it. You're competing against the spreadsheets. So that's quite interesting. My question is about the entry door. Who do you sell to exactly, and how do you manage to get their attention?
So the attention of potential clients?
Yes. Who's your buyer? Where do you find him or her, and where will you find them at scale?
So the way that we're reaching out to customers is quite interesting, I think. So what we do is that we're looking to companies in specific. We can pick a city right now, for example, and we're looking to a bunch of different companies. We're looking to the website. If they have a phone number or they have a chat option, they have a customer service team. What we usually do is that we call 2 or 3 times and we listen to the way they reply, if they sound very automated, or if they sound like humans, or if they sound with a specific particular accent. And that can also give us an idea of whether they're outsourcing their customer service or whether they have an in-house type of customer service. So it allows
Wow.
us to quickly realize which clients could be good for us, and then we start looking for particular champions within those teams that we can reach out to. And we're also leveraging our personal connections, since we have a lot of experience working with already existing clients of customer service.
Okay. Another question, you say you're starting to operate your MVP, if I understood well.
Last question. Last question.
How will you consider that your MVP is a success?
Sorry?
How will you assess or will you determine if your MVP experiment that you are starting, if I understood well, is going to be a success? What kind of criteria of indicators are you going to measure to be sure yourself that your MVP is performing as you need?
So we have specific metrics for different success factors within our MVP, but I'm going to speak of one of them because we have limited time, and is efficiency. So we measure in the onboarding how much time it's taking to leaders do a specific task that we aim to do with Inside it, and then we monitor them during the first weeks so that we can see the efficiency gains. So that's one of the success metrics that we target during the pilots.
Thank you, Diego. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you, Diego. Next up is Tim
you.
with Smart Access.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Hi, Tim. Yes.
Excellent. I'll share my screen. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Great. So, hi, my name is Tim Young. I'm the founder of Smart Access. Smart Access is an app that allows people to plan a safe journey. After breaking my neck snowboarding in 2009, I'm now a wheelchair user who has fallen out of my chair multiple times after hitting a steep curb ramp or barrier. Currently, if you're a disabled person and you need to plan a safe journey, or if you're planning infrastructure upgrades as a transport engineer, there is not enough data on the built environment to make informed decisions. As a result, many disabled people, young families, and older people do not leave their house due to gaps in the pedestrian network and the uncertainty they face when in public spaces. After myself facing many obstacles and uncertainty when traveling around the world as a tetraplegic, I decided to use my experience as a researcher, app developer, and CEO to improve safety of transport networks with an app that provides information about the barriers in the environment. Unlike past audits that have been limited and have not been easily accessible to the public, Smart Access collects data on 38 aspects of the environment, identified through extensive consultation with the disabled community. We also collect data that is useful for non-disabled people, including taxi stands, shade sails, playgrounds, cycle infrastructure, and seating. The data is then provided to the public for free with the Smart Access app. Users can choose to see only the accessibility features that affect their travel by toggling on and off environmental features and subfolders, so they can effectively plan the best travel route that meets their specific needs. At Smart Access, we get paid by governments to collect data on the environment and put the data on our app for the public to use to plan safe journeys. We charge an average of $110 US per kilometer to walk the streets of their city, taking detailed measurements and photos of their infrastructure and assets. We have a healthy 30% profit margin with this model. We have built solid traction with data collected in 10 cities around Australia and New Zealand. We are collecting data on 100% of Wellington, our capital, 15% of Hobart, and 100% of Rotorua. We have a total revenue of $170,000 US collected or locked in with contracts, and a further $70,000 in future grants to be spent that have been approved. While we have a number of competitors, they do not collect data on a wide range of environmental features, and those who collect more than a few environmental features only provide the data on a static map that can't be personalized, or it's not easy to navigate, or those that do have dynamic maps, it's crowdsourced data and is therefore not reliable enough for governments to use.
1 more minute.
The B2G market for Europe, USA, and Australasia includes around 3 million kilometers of footpath that are in urban areas and are serviceable. At a rate of $110 a kilometer, this comes to $330 million. We have a passionate and talented team. Personally, I have experience as a researcher. I've directed and grown organizations with millions in revenue, and I've taken 2 apps to market. As a person affected by the lack of data on accessibility features, I'm extremely motivated to make our data available worldwide. We have
Thank you, Tim.
fundraising.
Let's skip over to the questions.
Sure.
I can start, Mario, if you want. Thank you, team. Presentation very clear, very inspiring. Also, the model. I have a few questions about data collection. I understood that you had kind of trained agents that do the data collection. How much would it cost to map 100% of, I don't know which city you are in this area, but I don't know a city that would need that, Bangkok, for instance. How much would it cost?
For Bangkok, yes, I'd need to figure out the kilometers that were available. But for Wellington, we're doing 1,400 kilometers of footpath, and we got paid around 100,000 US. And for the auditors, the people doing it, it's about 30 to 40% of that cost, and then the other 30% is kind of overheads and whatnot. So we have the 30% net profit after that.
Okay, thank you very much. I was aware of some models that also leverage the community, in order to collect data. I understand that that's not your path. What's your take on that? What's your point of view?
What was that again? Sorry, Maxine.
Sorry, I said that I know some apps in Europe that use the community reports and community to create the data, instead of trade agents. Sorry, what's your point of view on those models?
Yeah. So crowdsourcing data is okay, but it's not reliable enough for governments to use to make informed decisions and for disabled people. So we've got a plan in the future to have our app so people can add unverified data, so we can kind of get the best of both worlds. And in terms of data collection, in terms of scalability as well, we've been working on machine learning algorithms and hardware rigs to use photogrammetry or LiDAR and automatically collect that data in the future.
Okay. And last question, how do you make sure that the governments are not only buying the data, but are using useful things with it? How far do you go in the design of services, of public services? Or how far are we willing to go?
Yeah, we're, we do quite a lot of consulting, which can be very profitable as well. So after we have collected the data, we're open to consulting with them and working further with them. It's really up to them. As long as it's profitable for us, we will do that.
Okay.
Wow, great! Thank you. Thank you very much, Tim.
Congrats. I'm going to ask the weird questions, or the not so conventional, but Google. I thought of Google before you mentioned Google.
This is the last question. We have 1 more minute.
Google was bound to be there. How is this model? Like, how is Google? Is it not going to take the info? Are you going to take info from Google to put it together with smart access, so that not only these people have the information that you collected, but all of the Google data? Can Google grab your data and use them in the platform eventually, and then you're worthless in terms of competing with a big giant? Mm-hmm.
Where do I start with that? Google collects detailed data enough for navigations on roading, and we kind of want to be the Google for pedestrian network. So they don't have nearly the level of detail needed to provide navigation. So that's what our grant will be used for, by the way, that we have to develop that navigation system. I don't think Google would be able to access our data. It's proprietary. I mean, hopefully not. Would that not be illegal? I don't know. I haven't looked into that. That's a good question. But we hope they can't take our data. That would be bad. But no, we're looking to. I don't think Google's focused on this, and Google's done some crowdsourcing, but again, it's not very extensive or widespread.
Okay, I recommend that you actually take a very, very deep dive into that, because once the information is out there, they might even say that they didn't grab it from you and they sent people to the street to do the same thing. I'm not sure that they are going to need it or that they are going to generate an extra profit with it, but I do think it's very important that you take a deep dive into that, because that's going to be something I think crucial for the survival of smart access.
One thing we do is we don't provide all of the data publicly that we do to councils. So we have more extensive data that we export to councils that isn't available online as well.
That makes sense.
Great. Thank you, Tim, for your pitch about smart access. Next up, we have the last speech of today from Movit and their founder, Oscar Rangel.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Oscar. Please go ahead.
All right. I'm Oscar Rangel, CEO and co-founder of Movit. We work to become the logistic ecosystem for the supply chain. Let me just... The transportation industry is highly fragmented and exhibits significant regional differences. This results in users with high demand for logistic services having a wide variety of carriers and disposal, making it challenging to standardize a process and implementing controls. On the side of the carrier, most of them lack of established process, resulting in improvisation during operations. The limited commercial capacity in smaller lines leads to empty backloads. In addition to this, changes in industry regulation in Mexico, such as the Complemento Cartaporte, have faced a significant resistance, as they can lead to progressive fines exceeding 100,000 pesos or even the closure of the company. The solution to these problems focus on managing customer information, coordinating with carrier operations, and guiding truck drivers through each step of the service, from the collection to the service settlement. We simplify the logistic process for carriers and movers and our customers by providing effective communication, controls, and key indicators for each of them through our web and mobile applications. Our mission is to facilitate the transportation of the goods through all the links in the supply chain. We also aim to create a strategic alliance that benefit our community with products and services. There are several startups and companies in a similar path. Our main difference is our effort to facilitate our tools to the carriers and truck owners so they can continuously improve. We consider according to INEGI, Mexico GDP in 2022, the road transportation contributes with $3.9 billion. If we consider the three metro areas like Ciudad de Mexico, Guadalajara, and Monterrey, it represents $19.7 billion. We aim to obtain 1.5% of the market of Mexico market by 2028. Our business model combines a software as a service for carriers, which coexists with marketplace for customers. Our revenue is primarily generated through our marketplace, where we receive fees that vary depending on the type of service, ranging from 10 to 20% of the service value. For the SaaS, we expect revenue from different types of memberships, which are related.
Oscar, you have 1 more minute.
All right. To the level of control that carriers seek for the operation, as well the commission of the provider contract through the portal. Movit Mexico was founded in 2017 as an app providing light moving services to end users. In 2019, I joined the project with the purpose of reshaping the focus from B2C to B2B. In 2020, we launched our last mile delivery service with clients like HEV, whom we maintain until the day. In 2022, we start with a national freight service that opens door that clients like Grupo Herdes, Grupo Peñafiel, Nestlé, and others. We have a team of 15 professionals highly committed to the digital revolution of the industry. Our development leader, Daniel Contreras, has more than 10 years, and recently, Antonio Obregón joined as a product owner, and he brings 11 years of experience designing operational, administrative, and commercial systems for a well-known Mexican company. We're seeking an investment of $4 million, and we plan to allocate the funds. 70% will go toward working capital to meet the high service demands of our clients.
Thank you, Oscar.
All right.
Let's get to the Q&A.
I want to start, Oscar. I want to start because I've used Movit in Monterrey.
All right.
I have
I'm glad to hear
Movit driver contacts here in my WhatsApp. I didn't know that you literally changed B2C to B2B, or are you still doing B2C even though you are putting more attention to B2B?
At this moment, we still have the moving services, but it's about to, we're about to doing only B2B.
Okay, you're eliminating, because I was thinking all of your speech until the last part, I was thinking that I think it was, or it is, a really good service, but I've spoken with a lot of people, or people that ask in WhatsApp groups, like, do you guys know anyone that can help me move a couch and a sofa or a fridge or something big? And I've always said, yeah, Movit. And people don't know Movit. And you guys been around since 2019 here in Monterrey. 17. And and so it's been I was going to ask you about your CAC or your branding, which you were actually just saying that 10% of that seed was going to spend in branding. But
in brand positioning, yeah.
Let's go to B2B, which I think is a great opportunity. How are you getting, like, what differentiates you from the others in terms with HEV? Like, what do you move for HEV? You move last mile, like from a warehouse outside of a city to their actual supermarkets in San Pedro or San Nicolas? Or what's the actual service that you give HEV, for example?
We have a variety of services that we provide to HEV, like last mile services for big ticket products, like appliances, big appliances.
So
pretty much
delivering
from their store to their customers.
Okay.
It's just the last mile, yeah. And we also provide local freight services between their cities or distribution centers to their stores also.
Great. What's your general margin with these types of clients or business? Like,
it's between 10 to 20% of the services, yeah. On the local services like last mile or local freight, it's 20%. But in the national freight service, the prices vary depending on the region.
And it's 20% flat. Like if I purchased a 10,000 peso refrigerator from HEV, I don't even know.
I'm sorry, no. I thought that the margin. Yeah, if I talk about a price range, it will be between 400 pesos for just one movement, and it takes a economy scale. So if they send a lot of product or different points to destination, we can
bundle.
They can get a better price, yeah.
And
we have 1 more minute for questions.
Yeah.
Drivers are yours. Like you,
no. Our
they're not on your payroll. Okay.
No.
Okay.
We are completely crowdsourced. That's why we start with the software as a service, because we had to work on our development for the National Freight Service, and we saw an opportunity in the industry. I don't know if you guys heard about the Cartaporte, but it's been delayed, the implementation of that regulation, about 2 years. It's supposed to start up in the next year, and it got you could, if you're a carrier, you could be fined with more than 100,000 pesos if you're doing something wrong with your Cartaporte.
Thank you, Oscar.
Gracias.
Likewise.
Well, thank you so much. We had an amazing time listening to these great pitches. We are really proud of everyone who took part in today's session. I want to thank all of the founders on behalf of the whole team, because you guys did a great job, especially in fitting in these pitches who can, very, very hardly be explained fully in 4 minutes. And thank you for your patience in running along with this so that we could have this number of startups, presenting to you today. I want to give out a special thanks to Mario and to Max, who were part of today's feedback panel. So round of applause. You guys did a great job coming up with such thoughtful questions that really, you're really pushing the envelope in having today's founders think about how to make those business models even more effective, more scalable, and have a higher impact. Last, we want to thank everyone who participated in today's call, all of the audience, and we look forward to hearing from you very soon to take part in the upcoming sessions. We are running a pitch event once a month, and we do look forward to seeing you soon in the next event. I want to mention that we will be sending out an email with the contact information for all founders taking part in today's session, and that we are super excited to continue collaborating with you and hope to see you soon. All right. Have a great evening, everyone, and see you guys really soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paco, for inviting us. We want to take care.
Thanks,
Have a great
everybody.
evening.
Thank you, Max.
And
Thanks,
good luck in
guys.
your
Thanks, Max. Thanks, Mario.
adventure. Bye, Mario.
Thanks everyone.
Gracias, Tocayo.
Gracias a ustedes, gracias a Powertrain Ventures.
Gracias.
Gracias, Oscar.
Ahí estamos.
Gracias, Natalia.
Bye.